Welcome to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Tony Edwards. Coach, the Salem Tiger fans got a chance to see something they had never seen at home before, and that was a perfect game. And I'll tell you, it's a 5-inning perfect game. You just got to tip your cap. First off, Salem Tigers, when they need to make the defensive plays, they made them. But taking a look back at that game, you watch your hurler get out there, get on the mound, and throw a game like that. Doesn't use a lot of pitches, controls the entire game. Coach, you can't ask for more than that.
Oh, no, definitely. Bronson, like you said, he did a great job. Came in, knew what he was asked, just come in and throw strikes. I believe he, like I said, in a 5-inning game, I think he threw 56 total pitches. And out of those 56 pitches, he had 43 strikes, which means only 13 of them were balls. So, yeah, anytime you can get a pitcher that has dominated control like that and you're around the plate, that's a good thing to see from a coach. Makes you smile. I know the kids were excited for him. And, and it allows you to make sure that you're on your toes defensively, knowing that he's going to throw a strike. He's going to force him to hit the ball. And, Bronson was very fortunate to keep the ball down and keep them on their toes. And he pitched well. Very pleased with the effort and looking forward to see where his next outing, what he could do with it next week. So.
And sometimes a game like that, when you have a 10-run rule, Coach, and you get that far ahead, you can lose focus in that game because he was on the bench for a long time in that second inning when the Tigers scored a lot of runs. And by the time he gets back out there, he had a really good, quick first inning. He looked sharp. And the second inning, he comes out, and, of course, St. James was the home team, so he had to wait for that entire rush of players to go through and then go back out there. And I think in that second inning, if I'm not mistaken, he struck out all three, so he came out hotter than he was to start the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he when we sat there for a long time, I actually told Bronson, I said, hey, why don't you get up and walk around a little bit? Kind of run up and down, just kind of get your mind still focused because, anytime you're dealing with a long inning like that, your arm's sitting, you want to keep it warm. But no, he did a good job staying focused, throwing strikes, doing what he needed to do, and was able to get us. And so it's big.
Really gave only one hard hit ball, and that was out in the left center field, and Barton was able to go get it. Had a good break on that ball. The only thing I was thinking, he was fighting the sun a little bit, but he made a good catch. But besides that, not a ball hit very hard, 9 strikeouts. Tip your cap to the young man, and hopefully he can come back with an effort similar to that in his next time out. Oh,
yeah, absolutely. That's what we're hoping for. He like I said, Bronson, ever since he started the season, he's thrown the ball pretty well. He's kept the ball down. He's had good control. He struggled a little bit early in the Van Buren Woodbat Challenge. He left a few balls up with a strong wind. But he's learned from those mistakes. He knows that he's got to keep the ball down and mix it up with his good curveball that he's got. And it worked. It allowed to keep St. James off balance. And like you said, he recorded 9 strikeouts. So very pleased with his effort, and I'm looking forward to him pitching, like I said, next week probably sometime. And hopefully he can continue with that same control.
And let's take a look at the Tiger offense. You get 10 runs. You didn't really smoke the ball all over the place, Coach. You got some infield hits, a little dinker here, and a couple of nice hits in the game. But you took advantage of every opportunity St. James gave you to score runs.
Yeah, we did. We was able. I think we had like 6 stolen bases that game. We had took advantage of some of their control issues with the pitchers. I think they had like 7 wild pitches, which allowed us to get scoring position quite a bit, and was able to get that timely hit if we needed it, get a couple RBIs or just good breaks at third base when we seen a wild pitch. But yeah, it's kind of nice to have that insurance from your pitcher. I'd like to see us cut down, on strikeouts. I think we still had 7 strikeouts that game. So that's something I've been trying to preach today is let's just kind of focus on putting the ball in play and minimizing, swinging at bad pitches and swinging at the good pitches. So hopefully we'll take care of that today against Willow.
Because when you talk about putting the ball in play, Coach, a lot of the balls the Tigers got hits off of were on the infield or just barely getting over the outfield. You don't have to try and drill it to the base of the fence every time. You just need to make contact because you never know when that's going to fall in.
No, yeah, you're exactly right. that's what we try to tell our players is it's all about just making contact, forcing the defense to make a mistake. Anytime you're swinging and missing, or you're swinging at bad balls, you're popping the ball straight up, you're not really forcing the defense to field the ball, throw the ball, and allow yourself to do that. And hopefully we can kind of continue to just really focus on hitting the ball hard and making some mistakes on their side. So we got we got Willow today, and I expect nothing less. I look for those guys to do the same. They're going to try and put the ball in play, so we need a good outing from our pitching as well, and hopefully we can score a few runs today.
When you talk about starting your SCA conference, you're supposed to do that against Kabul. That game got washed out. And today the Bears come to town. You got a lot of wind today, Coach. And, I mean, we're talking about wind gusts of up to 40 miles an hour blowing out to left field. And it's not so much that it's going to be creating a lot of home runs. Salem is a pretty spacious park, but it's going to play havoc on pop flies or even the pitching, because you're getting gusts every now and then. It could alter the pitches, can't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's something we're going to try and stress to our players today is the pitchers got to work on, kind of keeping the ball down. Don't try to serve it up too high so where they can lift the ball up in the air because, like you said, with get a 30, 40 mile an hour wind, it can tail on an outfielder real quick and cause havoc. So, yeah, we want to try to minimize that. And our approach of the play is simply just try to hit the ball hard, hit the top half of the baseball, and try to get that backspin line drive and see what happens. But yeah, it's anytime you got wind like this, as we've seen last week against Licking, it can be a nightmare. So just basically, we just got to keep the ball down pitching and putting the ball in play and try to lay off that pop up.
And another thing that people don't really think about too much, Coach, is on a ball hit to the outfield or even down the third base line where they got to throw across right into the guts of that wind, or if a left fielder or center field tries to throw it home, that wind's going to blow that ball up the line. You don't really think about that until that happens, and all of a sudden you're throwing the ball and you just watch that thing tail. And, Coach, that can open up a whole inning for either team in this game, can't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's one of those, as a base runner, anytime the ball's hit to the outfield and the fielder's looking to throw and try to hit a cutoff, you've got to be on your toes because, like you said, that ball can tail from the cutoff guy. It could be an overthrow, and, you're able to advance a couple of bases and put yourself in scoring position. So, yeah, you got to be on your toes anytime, the wind plays a factor, both from the hitting standpoint and the fielding standpoint. So, but we've played in multiple games this year where we've 25, 35 mile an hour winds, so it's nothing that we're not accustomed to. So it's just making that adjustment.
It's becoming more the norm than the exception, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck against the Bears of Willow Springs. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, Stan. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Stay tuned. Tiger Baseball. It is next.
Land is selling at an all-time high. Backed by almost 4 decades of experience, Big Iron Missouri agents Justin Hubbs and Gage Saulbeamer provide you with a seamless selling experience. They will get your property sold via listing or unreserved online auction. Big Iron Realty has the experience you deserve, proven results, with an enormous viewing audience of buyers, creating higher selling prices. Let's have a conversation. Call Justin Hubbs or Gage Saulbeamer today.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
It's time for Salem Tiger Sports on KSMO Media. Brought to you by Salem Memorial District Hospital, K&H Auto Supply, Farm Bureau Insurance Willie Strader Agent, The Bank of Salem, Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, Town and Country Insurance, Tax Masters, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Healthy Dent County, Southtown Furniture, State Farm Insurance Cameron Irway agent. Magic Herbs. Big Iron Realty. Inman Insurance. Progressive Ozark Bank. Living the Dream Outdoor Properties Incorporated. That Special Touch Florist and Gifts. Wilson's Mortuary. Riverways Federal Credit Union. Angry Bear Arms. And now it's time for Salem Tiger Sports right here on KSMO Media.
And welcome to Salem High School Baseball Field Complex. Salem Tigers and the Willow Springs Bears are going to battle it out in the first SCA game of the year for the Salem Tigers. They were scheduled to be at Kabul Monday due to wet grounds. That game was not played. It has been rescheduled for the 28th of April. But in the meantime, the Willow Springs Bears have come to town on a very breezy, overcast day. Winds are howling out towards left field and to left center. At last check, as high as 37 miles an hour. A ball gets up in the air. It could play a lot of tricks today, and we've already watched it during some infield practice take some throws and push them way offline. So could be a very interesting game today between these two SCA foes. The Tigers will be in their Carolina blue uniforms with their white pants. They have the Carolina piping down their white pants. And the Willow Springs Bears will have their white pants on, but they'll have their burgundy jersey. Sorry, they won't have white pants on. They'll have their gray pants on, with their burgundy half jersey with the white on top, burgundy on the bottom, and burgundy on the sleeve with burgundy letters and white numbers. They also have a burgundy and white cap. Tigers have their unique design with the Carolina blue on it, with the navy blue cap today and a number, the big S on the cap. And then also the white on the Carolina blue on the cap. And, of course, the Carolina blue numbering and lettering on the jersey. For the Willow Springs Bears, it'll be Jace Rogers. He'll be leading it off, and he will be at shortstop. Rogan Traver will be at third base. He'll be batting second. Gabe Colvin will be in left field. He'll bat third. Caleb Cochran at first base. He'll bat fourth. Ryan Frigga will be doing the pitching today, batting fifth. Ryan Kohler, he will be doing the catching, batting sixth. Taylor Rothermich will be in center field, batting seventh. Braylon Wilbanks will be doing the DHing today, batting eighth. And Dustin Lewers will be in right field, batting ninth. Tigers will have Garrett Connell on the mound. He'll be caught by Hayden Sanders today. At first base, it'll be Wyatt Martin. At second base, Roy Stevens gets the start. Isaac Westerman will be at third base. He'll take the place of Kristen DuBois, who got hurt sometime today before the game. And Trathan Richter will be at shortstop. Out in center field, it'll be Corbin Barrett. In left field, Jimmy Barton. And in right field, it'll be Colin Haven. Well, the Tigers coming in with a 3-4 record, looking for their first SCA win, coming off that perfect game pitched on Tuesday. And if you missed that game, you go back and check that out on our KSMO Media. Branson Crocker throwing that perfect game, just the third in Salem Tiger history and the first here at the Salem High School Baseball Field Complex. So thanks to Branson for bringing that home. And he had a great game, 9 strikeouts for the young man, who really pitched well down at Ellington as well, and just continued that with his effort here on Tuesday. So as the wind continues to howl out, we're about ready for the national anthem. We're going to take a 90-second break and come back. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
Salem Memorial District Hospital believes that our community deserves the very best health care one could offer. We understand that all physicians need the highest quality images to thoroughly treat each situation. With you in mind, Salem Memorial District Hospital has brought these services home, and that includes our new state-of-the-art MRI. Don't waste your time and money driving long distances. Let us take care of you here at home. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
Garrett Connell getting ready to start his warm-up tosses with Hayden Sanders. Glad to have you along. While the national anthem was on, we had some sunshine pop out, but just that quickly it has disappeared again. So going to be one of those days, little hide and seek with the sun. We're going to have lots of wind gusts. We're going to have some sprinkles, a little bit of light rain coming down. Yeah, I think you named it. We're probably going to see a little bit of it. It feels cold enough for snow to come down, but I know it's not quite that cold, but they are talking about that by maybe Saturday morning, a little bit of flakes coming down. But anyway, nonetheless, no accumulation. And of course, we hope you're enjoying the Cardinal game on KSMO AM and FM. 4-0. The Birds lead that one. Tyler O'Neill having a pretty good day for opening day. RBI single in the first, a 3-run home run in the second. 4-0 Cardinals. Adam Wainwright on the hill for the Birds. So it'll be Garrett Connell for the Tigers. Again, we'll go over that infield one more time. Wyatt Martin at first. Roy Stevens, he's at second. At third base, Isaac Westerman at short. Trethyn Richter. And Trethyn has done a good job rotating from third to second to short. Wherever they ask him to play, he has been very versatile and getting the job done. Corbin Barrett out in center field. Out in right field, it's Colin Haven. And in left, Jimmy Barton. About ready to get this one underway as Jace Rogers gets ready to stand in. Right-handed hitter, the shortstop today for the Willow Springs Bears. Tigers will be back home again to face the Thayer Bobcats on Monday, and then they have the day off on Tuesday. We have scheduled a Salem Lady Tiger softball game on Tuesday against the Licking Wildcats. So I hope you'll join us for that one on Tuesday. And Salem is supposed to be at Cuba Wednesday. They're talking about a lot of rain by Wednesday, and that will be a makeup game from the first game of the season, which was postponed due to rain. So Rogers will stand in. Jace, right-handed batter. Somebody stole my pen. I got it back again. As we're about ready to get things underway here. Very sparse crowd on this cold afternoon here in Dent County, and very breezy. As Rogers waits, the pitch comes in, a swing and a miss as Connell blew it by him. Rogers deep in the box. Has that back foot right on the back line. A little bit of a slight open stance right in the middle of the batter's box. Waiting for Connell's next pitch. Infield and outfield straight away for this hitter. The pitch, and there's a chopper right over the head of Connell. Big hop to Richter. Throw to first base is in time. One out. Big chopper right off the plate over top of Connell's head. And Richter got the charity hop, came up about chest high, and he threw him out by 2 steps. Rogan Traver will stand in. Rogan playing third base today. Watch this young man. He's got quite an arm for third baseman, and very interesting. He was throwing from all angles. Very interesting to watch that. And a pop-up foul back and out of play. You know, the wind gusting like that, pop-ups that are just behind home plate, you better watch them. They may blow back. Very possible today. We have seen that a few times happen in the past. Traver waits as the pitch comes home from Connell. Fastball a little bit low. Talk with Coach Tony Edwards. If you missed Tiger Talk about the perfect game by Branson Crocker, and really was impressed with his control and his demeanor. There's a ground ball towards third. Westerman has it to throw to first base. It's in time. 2 down. 5-3. Westerman gets Traver by a step. And Gabe Colvin will stand in. Gabe is their left fielder today. Most of the players are wearing sweatshirts underneath their jerseys. Some are wearing hoodies. As Connell looks in, gets the sign from Hayden Sanders. And the pitch comes home. Fastball, up and in, ball 1. Some of these guys that are wearing sweatshirts here in baseball, when they go play football, they're in short sleeves. It's amazing how that changes. But, yeah, it does. 1-0 to count to Gabe Colvin. Caleb Cochran on deck, and there's a swing and a miss. That's a good fastball by Connell. Connell's worked on that changeup this year. It has been effective for him, but his fastball is still his bread and butter pitch, and he has a good curve. Let's see what he throws on 1-1. This one, inside corner, and a swing and a miss as Colvin swung over that one. That looked like that change took just a little something off, and Colvin over top of it. Right-handed batter cheats up on the plate, and the 1-2 coming home. Strike, foul tipped at the last second. That was almost by him for strike 3. He just got a little piece of it, and it bounded back to the screen. Hayden Sanders doing the catching again today for the Tigers. 1-2 to count, 2 down. We're in the top of the first inning, and the pitch from Connell comes home. Curveball, he struck him out. Colvin called out on strikes. A beautiful curveball on the outside corner. First strikeout of the day for Mr. Garrett Connell. And the Tigers shut down the Bears 1-2-3 in the opening inning. We'll come back in 1 minute. It's Willow Springs 0. Tigers coming at bat. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
At KSMO Radio, 1340 AM and 95.7 Cardinal Baseball on over there. We are on KSMO Media, streaming with you from the Salem High School Baseball Field Complex. In the other game, it's 4-0 Cardinals. And we hope you'll check that one out again on KSMO AM 1340 and the FM side 95.7. Here, we're getting ready for the Tigers to come to bat. They'll be facing Ryan Frigga. Frigga, a right-hander, likes to come sidearm a little bit. And we'll see if the Tigers can handle that. He's being caught today by Ryan Kohler. Out at first base for the Bears will be Caleb Cochran. At second base, Jordan Rutledge. At third base, Rogan Traver. And at shortstop, Jace Rogers. In left field, Gabe Colvin. In center, Taylor Rothermich and Dustin Lewis in right. Barrett stands in. The first pitch goes back to the screen as it inside, almost clipped Barrett, but he didn't move too much as Kohler didn't get it. 1-0 count. Lots of wind today, overcast skies. Every now and then you'll see a little patch of blue. Pitch comes in. That's a strike on the inside corner. Ooh, man, he didn't call it. Started to put the right hand up and then backed off. 2-0 to count. Next one comes in. That's in the dirt. Back to the screen. 3-0. Well, sometimes the umpires fool us. They start to move that arm, that right arm, and then they stop. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit on that one. But anyway, it was a good pitch. It just didn't get called. 3-0 count. That's low ball 4. And Barrett draws a walk. So Corbin leads it off on a 4-pitch walk by Ryan Frigga. Standing in will be Treathen Richter. Richter had a couple of hits in the other game on Tuesday. Also scored a couple times and drove in a run. He had a little pop fly down the left field line. He had an infield single as well. Big hole on the right side where Cochran will hold on, the Tiger center fielder. Pitch comes in, and that's a strike on the outside corner by Frigga. Richter can go the other way. They kind of shade him to the left as well. Frigga checks, brings it in. Ball in the outside corner again, taken by Richter for strike 2. Richter looks down and checks Coach Edwards, gets back in. The 0-2 from Frigga. Coming home. Curveball low and outside, and Barrett off with the pitch. Gets in easy with a stolen base, as Kohler couldn't come up with that breaking pitch in the dirt. Picked a good pitch to go on. Don't think Kohler could have thrown him out even with a shotgun. Had a good jump. Frigga looks back, checks, and the 1-2 comes in high and outside, as Richter patiently waited for that one to come back in and never did get to the strike zone. Straightaway outfield, again, just shading Richter a little bit to the left in the outfield, and the infield is straightaway. That pitch is outside, ball 3. Well, they walked Barrett on 4 straight, had an 0-2 count on Richter. Now it's 3-2. Barrett at second base after the stolen base. The pitch from Ryan Frigga. Coming home, outside, ball 4, back-to-back walks, and Garrett Connell will stand in with the wind blowing out, and 2 on and nobody out.
15, Garrett Connell.
Connell will stand in. Big right-handed batter. He's got some pop, has grand slam already this year. Frigga checks, brings it. Ball hit him. Hit him in the side, right on the hip. And the bases will be loaded for Jimmy Barton. Barton had a couple of hits in the game, and coaching staff not quite very happy with who's going out there. And the head coach, Dustin Forrest, will go out and visit with his pitcher. 2 walks, a hit batsman. And is he going to make a change already? First baseman looks like he's changing gloves. If he is, maybe he's coming in. I don't know, but now they're going to leave him in. Or maybe just got a problem with that glove. Cochran's back out. Well, Frigga's still on the mound. Thought when Cochran went in, maybe he was changing gloves, but infield will come in at first and third. They're looking for 2 at second and short to give up the run to get 2 outs. As the pitch comes to Barton, and a foul off to the right side. Had a good pitch to hit. Wind gusting out toward left field right now. It's gone out to left and left center, and occasionally blows directly out to center. Fly ball in this situation will definitely bring in 1 and maybe more. The pitch, and there's a smash to the right side. Taken there, knocked down by the second baseman, but he can't get the handle on it, and a run scores. Putting the ball in play, and an error on the second baseman, Jordan Rutledge. And the runs comes in. Baird comes in to score to make it 1-0. Richter to third, and Connell down to second base. A 2-hopper. The ball was in his glove, out of his glove. He reached back, trying to pick it up with the glove, couldn't do it. And then by the time he picked it up, Tiger runner had already crossed first base. So Barton gets an RBI because they were going to let the run score anyway to get the out. 1-0 Salem to pitch to Haven. That's in for a strike. Quickly 0-2 to Cullen. Westerman on deck. Bases loaded, 1 run in. Ryan Frigga, the stretch. The pitch. Strike 3 call on the inside corner. Colin never swung the bat. And he is strikes, and Isaac Westerman will stand in. That's a big strikeout for Frigga. Colin looked a little bit lost at the plate there as Frigga had him going, but he never swung that bat. There's a fastball high to Westerman. Sanders is on deck. 1 run in. Bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch way outside back to the screen, but it takes a bare bounce and comes back, and so Richter saw that ball coming back off the screen and hesitated, did not come home. It's 2-0 to Westerman. As Frigga threw that one way outside and low. Kohler never had a chance on that one. Outfield straightaway for Westerman, not very deep. That pitch is on the first strike on the inside edge. Isaac backing up, taking that one. He crowds the plate. Tiger third baseman today on 1. That's up and in, ball 3. Fastball tailed up and in on Isaac. He gets back in with the bases loaded. And the 3-1 from Frigga. Here it comes. A high strike. Delayed call by the umpire, and it's 3-2. Frigga ready. So is Westerman. And the 3-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. Ball 4, and another run comes home on an RBI walk to Isaac Westerman. It's 2-0 as Richter crosses the plate. Connell down to third base, and Barton down to second. Hayden Sanders will stand in. Hayden batting from the right side. Has, I believe, 4 RBIs this year already. In at third. Everybody else is deep, and the pitch goes outside on a slider. Ryan Frigga really struggling to find that strike zone. 1-0 the count to Sanders. That one inside off the plate. 2-0. He's been outside, inside, and low. A little bit high occasionally, but he's been varied. The pitch, that's high. Ball 3. Roy Stevens waits on deck. Bases loaded. 1 down to 3-0 to Hayden Sanders. It's inside. Ball 4. And another run comes home. And the Tigers have really utilized the walk as an offensive weapon this year. They did it against Ellington. They're doing it here again against the Bears. And Sanders will be pinch run for by Brandon Hanger. And that's going to do it for Frigga. He's going to be done today as Coach Forrest comes out. He's going to have to make a pitching change. Unless it's an injury check. They might be able to pull that one off. But rarely do you see that. And it looks like a pitching change is going to be made. So it looks like Braylon Wilbanks will come in and pitch. So Wilbanks in a pitch. I'm sorry, that's not Wilbanks. That's Chase Rogers. Excuse me. So Rogers here in the bottom of the first inning will come in to pitch. And it looks like Frigga will go to short. Not many changes there. So as he warms up, Tigers have 2 runs in, bases loaded. Frigga goes 1/3 of an inning. Has not given up a hit, but has walked 4 and hit 1. Has a strikeout, but he's still responsible for everybody on base. 2 runs already in, just 1 down as Rogers will take over for Frigga. And the Tigers of Salem trying to jump out to a big lead here over the Bears at the Salem High School Baseball Field Complex. Thanks for being with us on KSMO Media, streaming us on YouTube, Facebook, or on Twitch. Appreciate you doing that.
In the pitch, number 11, Jason Rogers. And bat,
So
7, Roy Stevens.
So Traver goes to shortstop. And Frigga goes to third. Frigga at third, Traver to short. And Chase Rogers throws ball 1 to Roy Stevens. Wind really whipping right now. Blowing at about 40 miles an hour. There's a ground ball. That is fair down the line. One run is going to score. Here comes another. The throw comes home. It is cut off. Nobody at third base. And scampering in is Hanger. And it's a 5-0 Salem Tiger lead. Stevens singles down the left field line. And he stopped at first base. Even after the cutoff, as Barton scored, Westerman scored, and then pulling up at third base was Brendan Hanger. And Wyatt Martin will stand in. That ball was fair by about a foot. Nothing that Frigga could do. Nice hit by Stevens to bring in two. 5-0 Salem Tiger lead. As Martin waits, the runner going. The pitch is outside, no throw. So Roy with an easy stolen base. Wind just howling out to left center field. Wyatt Martin at the plate. Pitch comes home outside with a fastball, 2-0. Tigers with their 9th man to bat in the inning. They've batted around about 6 times already this season. A pitch, that's outside again, ball 3. Top of the order awaits the hurler as Jace Rogers with a 3-0 count brings it in. That's a strike on the outside edge. Lights are on here at the field. Clouds are out. Wind howling. Cool afternoon here in Dent County. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Wyatt went for that one on the outside edge. And it's 3-2. 1 down, 4, make that 5 runs in. As Rogers brings it. That's outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded again. This time for Corbin Barrett. So Barrett will step in. He walked and scored his first time, stole a base. 5-0 Salem. Rogers climbs back up on the hill, checks all the runners. They're loaded up. Pitch to Barrett. That's a strike, a little off-speed pitch. Dives in on the outside edge. Corbin waits, just a slightly open stance, but he can go to left field. Rogers cheats in third. And that ball just misses outside, 1-1. Bases are loaded, a force at any base. Straight away at short and second and first. The pitch, little pop fly foul left side. Corbin trying to go that left side and poke it past Rogers. He's back in. With the bases loaded, the pitch. Just low. 2-2. Rogers stared in a little bit. Did not get the call. Looked like a straight change there. Barrett laid off. No place to put this runner and batter as they're fulled up. The pitch. That curveball stayed outside. Ball 3. Had a nice break to it, but it was too far outside to begin with. Did not come back and catch the corner. Bases are loaded. 1 down. We're in the first. The pitch. Ball 4, and another run comes home. An RBI walk for Barrett, and that makes it a 6-0 game. And closes the book on Frigga. 6 runs, 5 earned. And the bases are still loaded with the sun peeking out. The pitch to Richter. High pop-up on the infield. That's going to drift a bit. Rogers battling it and makes the catch right in front of Traver, and a double play as Barrett was running for whatever reason, possibly thinking there was 2 outs. So Richter pops into a double play, 5-3, and that ends the inning. The Tigers score 6 times on 1 hit. 1 hit. There was one error, and there were 2 guys left. We have now played 1 inning. Salem Tigers 6, the Bears nothing. We'll come back in 1 minute. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
When I meet a new loan customer, I try to drop everything that I was working on prior to them coming in my office and focus directly on what their needs are at the time, whether it be a new car, their first house. I focus directly on what they are telling me and what they are needing. And it doesn't matter if it's a small $1,000 loan or a $200,000 house. I try to treat every client the same.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
We're going to the top of the second inning, a 6-0 Salem Tiger lead. 1 hit in that inning. Just 1. Roy Stevens got the RBI, 2 RBI single, I should say. And so now, Garrett Connell back out on the hill.
Number 19, Caleb Cochran.
So Caleb Cochran will stand in. He's the first baseman for the Bears. Big right-handed batter. Stockily built lad, I'd say. I think he probably plays football. And Connell waits. The first pitch to Cochran comes home. And there's a pop fly right side. That's going to blow back. Let's see if Martin can play it. And they let it fall. There's nobody at first base, and it'll be a base hit, as neither he nor Stevens can catch a pop fly. As I mentioned, the ball's going to blow back, and Martin gave up on it, and Stevens obviously didn't call it. And so it falls for a single. Nobody touched the ball, and so nobody covered first base as well. So Frigga stands in. First hit for the Bears. Pitch, that's a strike. Tigers this year have struggled with balls up in the air. It is uncanny how much problem they have in catching a pop fly. Frigga pops one foul back and out of play on a pitch up in his eyes. Now Ryan can't be happy with his effort on the mound. He was just not in control of that pitch. He just couldn't get anything across the plate. Had 4 walks, a hit batsman, and a man reached on an error. Pitch comes home and a grounder foul toward the dugout of Willow Springs. Caleb Cochran, a leadoff pop fly that falls for a base hit on the infield. Two strikes on the hitter, Ryan Frigga. Frigga now playing third base after starting on the mound. And the 0-2. Here it comes. Ground ball right back to Connell. Throws to short. Off the bag. Hits the bag. It goes into left field. As the throw back there in the feet of Trevathan Richter actually hit the second base bag and bounded away. And that'll be an error on Connell.
Number 5, Ryan Kohler.
That should have been an easy double play. So now you got an infield missed fly ball for a single, an error on the pitcher on a throw to second. And now Ryan Kohler stands in. First 2 have reached the pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. Kohler, right-handed batter. So the Bears are catching a couple breaks of their own here. They trail it, though, 6-0, but the Tigers kind of falling apart defensively. And now Connell throws that fastball high. It's 2-0. Westerman at third, about a step and a half behind the bag. Cochran at second base, not the fleetest of foot. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Good cross arm fastball by Garrett Connell. Threw that one across his body and caught the edge. The 2-1 in the dirt. Nice scoop by Hayden Sanders. Kohler with a 3-1 count in his favor with Taylor Rothermich on deck. Nobody down. 3-1 count to Ryan Kohler. Here's the pitch. That's high ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. There should already be 2 outs in this inning. And the Tigers have none. And Coach Forrest wants a pinch runner, I believe, for Frigga or for Kohler. One of the two, or maybe both. Actually, going to have a pinch runner for Cochran. So coming in to run will be Kyle Blank.
Number 6, Kyle Blank.
So Rothermich stands in. Right-handed batter. Bases loaded. Nobody down. Wind continues to howl and the lights are on and now the sun is out. The pitch comes in. That's high by Connell. He deserves a better fate than what he's got right now, but the bases are still loaded and nobody down. Salem up 6-0, but the Bears are threatening here. Pitch by Garrett. That's high again. Ball 2 with a fastball. That looks extremely small. Brendan Wilbanks, their DH, is on deck. Pitch from Connell coming in. It hit him. It hit him, and it's a 6-1 game. That ball came up and in and hit Rothermich in the arm, and that'll make it a 6-1 game. The bases are still loaded for Braylon Wilbanks. Coach Edwards will come out and talk to his hurler. Seems to be rattled by the defensive issues this inning. One of them he caused himself with the low throw to second base. Ball uncharacteristically hit the bag and deflected out to left field. But that was a tailor-made one-hopper back to the mound for a double play, and ends up being a pitcher in the first 2 on, and now after a walk and a hit by pitch, it's a 6-1 game. And Wilbanks will stand in. Tigers have a 6-0 lead after the first inning. And only on 1 hit. The Bears' only hit did not leave the infield, so pop fly had actually dropped about 12 feet behind first base. Still on the dirt. So Wilbanks stands in as the wind can whistle right through the windows here. 6-1 now, Salem on top. Pitch from Connell coming in. Low and outside, ball 1. Dustin Lures is on deck. Frigga at third. Kohler at second. Rothermich at first as the pitch comes home. There's a foul back to the screen on a fastball. Wilbanks wears number 14. Bears down by 5, but they have the bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the second. Pitch from Connell. There's a pop foul back off the fists. Out of play. Garrett jammed him, and all he could do is foul it off. Connell has a strikeout in this game. That was Colvin back in the first. And the 1-2. Coming home. Fastball, a little bit low and outside. Might actually have been more of a slider. Good job by Sanders to knock that ball down. Frigga at third base. Kohler at second. Rothermich at first. A pitch and a foul. Ball driving in on Wilbanks' hands. He was able to get the bat out in front and follow it toward the Salem Tiger dugout. Still 2-2. Nobody out. We're in the top of the second inning. Salem with a 6-1 lead, but the Bears are threatening. As Connell looks, brings it. Fastball outside, ball 3. Didn't miss by much. He put a little extra giddy up on that one, but he did not get the call. 3-2 the count. And the pitch to Wilbanks. Here it is. Strike 3 call. Inside corner fastball. And the second strikeout for Garrett Connell, and a big one at that. And Dustin Lures will stand in. Now the player tying his shoe at second base asks for time. He has completed his task. As Lure stands in. Right-handed batter playing right field today. Bases loaded now, 1 down. Pitch to Lures. Coming in. That's right down the middle. Lures looked like he was taking all the way. Lures wiggles that bat. Looks in. Connell has the sign. Brings it. Fastball high. 1-1. Salem with 6 runs in their first inning. We'll have Connell, Barton, and Haven in the second. The stretch, the pitch comes home. That's a strike on the outside corner. Well-placed fastball. Lures now in a hole, 1-2. 1 down, bases loaded for the Bears. And the pitch to Lures. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Third strikeout for Connell. And it brings up Jace Rogers and the top of the order. Lures down on strikes. And Wilbanks down on strikes. And now we're going to have running for Kohler out at second base. Number 1, Dayton Kaufman. So Rogers will stand in. Right-handed batter. He grounded out to short his first time on a ball chopped up the middle. Right-handed batter deep in the box. Facing Garrett Connell. And the pitch comes home. That's a nice pitch for a strike. Took a little something off that one. Dived in for a strike, about letter high. Next pitch, just a little bit inside. Next pitch from Connell. That one's up and in, almost hit him. Garrett threw a lot of pitches this inning after a pop fly fell in the infield and in an error. Hit batsman a walk. Gave Willow their run. The bases are still loaded. And there's a line drive base hit up the middle. That's going to bring in at least 1 and 2 as Barrett struggles in center field as the ball came up on him. And it's a 6-3 game. Rogers singles in 2 as Frigga scored. And then the runner Kaufman scored from second. Rothermich stopped at second base. That ball hit hard. Came up on Barrett as he came in to field it and throw. Would probably not have had much of a chance against the wind to get that ball in. And now Rogan Traver stands in. Tying run at the plate as that pitch comes in low. Winds are still howling out towards center field right now. Handing up in the air could be an adventure. The 1-0 from Connell. That pitch is a strike on the outside edge. About letter high. Tailing away from Traver. Rothermich at second. Rogers at first. The 1-1 coming home. The pitch. Swing and a miss. I'll give Rogers some credit. That ball was up and he laced it in the center field. 6-3 ball game. We're in the top of the second inning. And the 1-2 to Traver comes home. Curveball, strike 3 call. That ball on the inside corner. Traver couldn't pull the trigger. He's called out on strikes. 4 strikeouts for Connell, but the Bears score 3 times, courtesy of an infield single and an error that got things started. They do so on 2 hits. There was 1 key error, 2 men left. We've now played an inning and a half. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 6-3 Salem. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Inman Insurance in Rolla and Salem if auto owners make sense for you.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
We are in the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Connell, Barton, and Haven up. Tigers had a 6-0 lead, now it's 6-3 as the Bears tallied 3 in their half of the second, sending 8 men to the plate. A little carelessness on the part of the Tigers got them in trouble. You know, we haven't had the smoke, Nick, until today. The wind is whipping it around into the field of play. Connell was hit by a pitch his first time up and scored. That was against Ryan Frigga, who's been replaced by Jace Rogers, and a swing and a miss on one up in the eyes of Connell. He liked that ball up, went after it, didn't get it. 0-1. Bottom of the second inning, 6-3 Tigers. There's a high pop-up foul down the play. That ball hung and Karen missed it. He knew he missed it. Ball could have been driven. Bears outfield not very deep considering the wind. Ball gets up in the air and it's going to travel if it's hit well. The pitch outside with an off-speed pitch. 1-2 to Garrett Connell. Barton waits on deck. And then Colin Haven. Rogers brings it home. That ball hit him again, this time off the top of the shoulder. So Connell hit by a pitch for the second time in the game. And he'll go down to first base. I will say Garrett didn't make much of an effort to try and get out of the way, but that ball up and in on you like that, the last thing you want to do is back up because it'll come back toward your face. So that ball just skirted his shoulder, and Barton will stand in. Barton takes one low and away, ball 1. Barton reached on an error by their second baseman, Jordan Rutledge. Rutledge got to his hard hit ball, knocked it down, could not pick it up. And when he did make the throw to first, it was too late. Runner going, the pitch is high, throw to second base, not in time. Connell in with a stolen base. Barton with a 2-0 count back in. Jimmy with a couple of hits last game. The pitch. There's a smash right at the third baseman. Looks back. Connell throws to first for the out. Throw it back to third base. Not in time as Garrett goes back that way. So Barton grounds out 5-3. Shortstop nowhere to be found. Really needed to be backing up that play as Traver kind of got caught in not playing. Maybe that might not be his normal position, shortstop, but he was just caught standing there, and the second baseman did not go to the second base bag to help out the third baseman if he wanted to throw behind. So kind of Misplay by a couple different Bears on that one, as Connell was able to move from second to third on that ground out to to Frigga at third. The 0-1 to Haven. There's a dandy curveball for a strike by Jace Rogers. Quickly 0-2. Collins only seen strikes today. Took 3 in the first inning for a strikeout. And he's 0-2 here. The pitch comes home in the dirt. Slow curveball dropped down below the knees. Grazed the dirt area. Connell at third. 1 down. Pitch to Haven. Low. 2-2. Westerman on deck. 1 down. Straightaway infield and outfield for Colin Haven. The 2-2 coming home. Line drive, base hit, left field. 7-3 as Rogers hung one and Colin roped that in the left field. An RBI single for Colin Haven makes it 7-3. Colin waited on that one. He sat back. He drove it into left field. Standing in is Isaac Westerman. Westerman drew a walk, ended up scoring a run in that first inning. Right-handed batter. Rogers playing behind the bag, now cheats up a little bit. Ball all the way back to the screen, and Haven will go down to second base. They had Westerman showing bunt, but the ball by Rogers was a wild pitch all the way back to the screen behind Isaac. And so Colin Haven gets second base for free. Pitch coming home. Westerman takes it outside. 2-0. Just like in the game of Monopoly, you get to go to chance and get something for free. The 2-0, that looks good on the outside corner, but it's just off the plate. It's a good, well-placed location by Rogers, but did not get the call. 3-0. Ball must have just been off the edge. The pitch, that's right down the middle. 3-1 to count. Rogers in at third now, right at the edge of the grass infield. Everybody else straight away. Westerman waits. Here it is. Inside, ball 4. Another walk for Isaac, and it's 2 on, 1 out for Hayden Sanders.
Number 23, Hayden Sanders.
Salem with 7 runs on just 2 hits in this game. They've had 2 batters hit, and they have been given a total of 5 walks. Make that 6 walks. That ball in the dirt. Catcher can't find it, and the Tiger players will move up. Good job there by Kohler to knock it down, but he just couldn't locate it. And by the time he did, Haven was at third, and Westerman down at second base. 1-0 to count to Sanders. Nothing worse than that ball gets down, hits you, you can't find it. You're doing the best you can to locate it quickly. It's just not there. So the infield in now for Willow. 7-3 Salem. Sanders, runners at second and third. Hits a high fly ball fouled on the left field line. Way foul. And they'll go into the batting cage area. Hayden had one up. Just couldn't wait back a little bit. I mentioned the outfield not very deep here. A little bit deeper right now than they've been the whole game. The 1-1 pitch coming in. There's a line drive into right center. That's going to bring in a run. Probably 2 as it goes past the center fielder. Rothermich gets it back in. Sanders pulls up with a double, and it's a 9-3 game. Up high pitch, and Sanders roped that into right center. Rothermich got over there. Looked like he was going to cut it off, but the ball skipped past him for a double, and it's 9-3. 2-run double by Hayden Sanders, his 3rd RBI in the game. Haven scored. Westerman was on his heels. And Roy Stevens, who singled in 2 back in the first inning, stands in. The Tigers now with 3 hits in the game and 9 runs have gotten that 3 runs back, and Willow got in the second inning. The pitch to Stevens outside. with an off-speed pitch. It looked like a curveball. Roy bats from the right side. Slightly close stance to pitch. Low again. 2-0. Bears pitchers have struggled, giving up 6 walks to hit batsmen in this game. There's a high fly ball to deep left field by Stevens. That ball is at the fence, comes off the wall, and the run's going to score. Stevens into second base with a double. That ball didn't miss going out by much. Roy got one up in his eyes and turned on it. A back-to-back doubles. The run scores, and it's 10-3.
Number 10, Wyatt Martin.
Sanders with 3 RBI. Stevens with 3 RBI. And Wyatt Martin will stand in. That ball just sat on a platter, and Roy ripped it. Pitch, and there's a high fly ball in the center. Going back is Rothermich, makes the catch. Going to third base on the tag is Stevens, and he's in with 2 down. Wyatt hit that ball right on the nose, but right at the center fielder, Taylor Rothermich. Didn't get it up in the air enough for the wind to affect it. And it brings in the top of the order, Corbin Barrett batting for the 3rd time in this game. We're only in the 2nd inning. Salem with 6 in the first, 4 here in the 2nd. Lead at 10-3, trying to get back to that 500 mark on the year. The pitch to Barrett. There's a ground ball up the middle, big chop, and the second baseman can't get it. It goes into center field for an RBI single by Corbin Barrett. That ball had some funny spin on it, coming off the high hop off the infield lip, and it's an RBI single as Stevens comes in to score, and it's 11-3. So Richter stands in. He's the 9th man to bat in the inning. The pitch down low, knocked down there nicely by Kohler. Salem with 5 here in the 2nd off Rogers. He checks Barrett at first. Not going. The pitch way high. 2-0. Trevathan Richter walked and hit it into a pop fly double play as Barrett was running off first base with the bases loaded and 1 out. The 2-0 pitch. There's a grounder right up the middle. That might get through, and it does. Barrett makes the turn but pulls up at second base. As that ball by Richter had eyes and got in between the shortstop Traver and Rutledge at second. Rutledge has had 2 go just right by his glove here back to back, and here in the 2nd inning, Garrett Connell will bat again. First and second, 2 down, 5 runs in, and Connell at the plate. He's been hit by a pitch twice. The pitch outside, knocked down by the catcher. Runners are going. He didn't even know it. And it's 2nd and 3rd. The ball hit the dirt, and a little delayed steal by Corbin Barrett. He actually took off before the ball hit the ground. So I'm going to give them both stolen bases. And a pitch to Connell. Outside and low, another scoop there by Kohler. Kohler reached out and knocked that ball down. And when he looked up, he saw Barrett. Had to see him about 15 feet from third base. Still made the throw, but nowhere near. Pitch to Connell, way out in front. He fouls it off the end of the bat. Darren looking for something high and hard. Got something off speed up in his eyes, and he fouled it off. Barrett with a base hit. Richter with a base hit. And they're now at 2nd and 3rd. 2 down. The 2-1 to Connell. That's high. And thinking about throwing to third base was Kohler, but Frigga wasn't there, and Barrett scampered back. 3-1 to count. Barton on deck. 11-3 Salem Tigers. The pitch to Connell. Inside ball 4. And Garrett has not had an official time at bat yet. He's been hit twice. He's walked. And we may have a pitching change here as Coach Forrest comes out. 5 runs in the 2nd inning. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. It looks like Frigga is going to go to left field. And the left fielder will go to center. That's Colvin. And it looks like the center fielder is going to come in and pitch. And that looks like Taylor Rothermich will get that call. So Rothermich here in the bottom of the second will come in to pitch as Rogers goes 1 1/3 inning. He has given up a total of 4 hits. Make that, so try that again. 5 hits in this inning, 6 hits overall. He has walked 3 in his stint and hit 1 man. And he's responsible for the gentleman on base. So it looks like Rogers, who started at short, will go back to short. And Traver will go back to third. So Rogers at short, Frigga in left field, Traver back to third base, Colvin out in center. I hope you haven't gotten confused yet, because I know I'm getting there. Well, a lot of different changes here. So the Willow Springs Bears have the bases loaded against them. They've given up 11 runs. They've gone through 2 pitchers. They're on their third right now. And Jimmy Barton stands in. There are 2 down. He'll face the lefty, Taylor Rothermich. They give right center field wide open, a swing and a miss by Jimmy, going after that one off-speed pitch, kind of down and over the middle of the plate. A big hole in right center as Colvin plays him to pull. The pitch, nice call in the inside corner with a curveball. Jimmy got frozen on that one, and it's 0-2. No place to put this hitter. 5 runs already in the second inning. The pitch and a swing and a foul toward the Tiger dugout. At third, Barrett. At second, at first, Connell. Barton at the plate. 0-2 count. It's 11-3 Salem with 5 runs in here in the second. Tigers trying to add to it. The pitch. There's a chopper foul towards Coach Edwards. He makes the play and gets it back to Rothermich on the hill. Big hole out in right center as well as the right field line. Go either way and you're going to get a bunch of runs in. The pitch, swing and a miss. Rothermich struck him out. So Barton down on strikes, and Rothermich first strikeout in his quest and the second of the day for the Bears. That's 5 runs scored in that second inning on a total of 5 hits. There was no errors and 3 left. We've now played 2. Salem Tigers lead this one 11-3. Back in a minute. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Call Joe Brand in Salem at 729-3831.
Relationships. It's not just being on a first-name basis. It's a partnership built on trust. This is Scott Ball, president of the Bank of Salem. Since 1883, the Bank of Salem has been serving our local community with the kind of personal service and professionalism that builds relationships. We've earned the trust of our customers with over a century of strength and stability, never once changing our name or compromising customer service. Stop by one of our 2 locations in Salem. Visit our website, the Bank of Salem, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
We go to the top of the third inning. It will be Gabe Colvin, Caleb Cochran, and Ryan Frigga up for the Bears. Tigers have batted around twice in this game, sending 11 men to the plate in the first inning and sending 11 men to the plate in the second inning. They've scored 11 runs in this one. Tigers batted around in the game against St. James. So they had an inning there where they batted 10. Matter of fact, they had 2 innings where they batted 10. They have done this quite a bit this year. And that happening in Ellington in the 7th inning. So in their last 3 games, they have done that a number of times. Westerman knocks down the throw. First, not in time, throws it away on the grounder down the line by Colvin. He reaches, ball came up on Westerman. He knocked it down, then threw it blindly to first base, and it got past Martin, but no advancement by Gabe Colvin. I'm going to give him a hit on that, only because I'm not sure Westerman could have thrown him out. Colvin got down the line pretty quick. Cochran, who singled his first time on a pop fly, swings and misses. His pop fly down the first base line fell fair by about 2 feet, where Martin and Roy Stevens, neither one could make up their mind who was going to catch it, and fell between them. 0-1 to count. The pitch, low, nice scoop there. Colvin at first base, not a very big lead as the Bears are down by 8. Frigga on deck. Caleb Cochran at the plate, takes it low, 2-1. 11-3 Salem. Garrett Connell threw a lot of pitches that second inning, and he probably didn't need to. But that'll pop fly in that air, and there's a ground ball base hit. That's going to be in the left field as Richter was pulled over looking for 2. Cochran got jammed, but he pulled it in the hole. First and second, nobody out for Ryan Frigga.
Number 4, Ryan Frigga.
Frigga hit one hopper back to Connell. He threw to second base and hit the bag. Back in the second inning, got on base by way of the error, and then promptly came around to score later in the inning. So first and second, nobody out. And the pitch coming to Frigga by Connell. Here it is. Fastball for a strike. Frigga, right-handed batter. Frigga started on the hill, then moved to third base. Now he's in left field. He might get all 9 positions in this game. 2 on, nobody out. The pitch comes home from Connell. Outside fastball just missed. 2-1. Leadoff single by Colvin. Right down the third base line. Then Cochran pulled one in the hole. The pitch to Frigga, and a fly ball in the right field. Backing up is Haven. Makes the catch. Runners tag, but they do not advance. He gets it back into Richter. Frigga got that one inside out swing and hit it in the right field, and Colin Haven made the play, and Ryan Kohler stands in. Kohler walked. He scored his first time. He waits for the pitch from Connell. A little bit low with the fastball. Tigers and Bears, SCA play. The pitch up high, 2-0 inside. Straight away in the outfield for this hitter. Martin and Westerman even to bags at first and third. The pitch, that's inside off the plate, 3-0. One down here. We're in the third inning. 11-3 Salem Tigers. From the stretch, Connell looks, brings it. That's a strike. Kohler took that infamous first step towards first base and was politely asked by the umpire to retrace his steps back into the right-handed batter's box. And the 3-1 coming home. That's a strike on the inside corner, and quickly 3-2. Glad to have you with us on KSMO Media. Cardinals have a 5-0 lead in their game over Pittsburgh. They are on the AM and FM side of KSMO. The pitch, inside and low, ball 4. So Kohler draws a walk, and the bases are loaded with 1 down.
Number 8, Taylor Rotherham.
Connell started out great, retired the first 3 guys in quick fashion. Then the pop fly fell in the air, and it has not been the same since. Pitch comes home. That's a strike with a fastball to Taylor Rothermich, now doing the pitching. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. 1 down, bases loaded. At first base, that's Kohler. He just reached. As the pitch comes in, there's a swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. At second base, Caleb Cochran. And at third, Gabe Colvin, who led off the inning with that slow roller down. Well, not super slow, but about a 4-hopper right on the bag at third for an infield single. The 0-2 to Rothermich. Swinging a foul down the right side. Gets over top of the Bear dugout down into the warm-up area. Salem will be home to face the Thayer Bobcats on Monday. We'll have it here on KSMO Radio and KSMO Media. The 0-2 pitch comes home. Strike 3 call. Outside fastball. And a big punch out there for Connell. That, by the way, is his 5th strikeout. So Wilbanks will stand in. Braylon with a strikeout to his credit back in the 2nd inning. Bases are loaded, 2 down. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Late swing. Signed by Sanders Connell from the stretch. The pitch in the dirt. Nice play by Hayden. 1-1. Salem in their 3rd inning would have Colin Haven, Isaac Westerman, and Hayden Sanders. See if they can get out of this one unscathed. The pitch comes home. Swing and a miss. Nice slider by Connell. That might have been a curve. Kind of hard to tell right from this angle. Took something off it and got Wilbanks to wave at it. And the 1-2 coming home. Fastball just missed outside. Connell wanted that call, didn't get it. Garrett stood, looked in. Didn't change the umpire's mind. And a 2-2 pitch coming home and a swing and a foul. Just got a piece of it was Wilbanks. Colvin to third. Cochran at second. Frigga who flew out. Back on the bench. And Kohler at first base with the walk. Rothermich struck out. And Wilbanks with a 2-2 count. The stretch. The pitch from Garrett Connell. Here it comes. Swinging a high fly ball in the center. Barrett over that way. And so is Barton. And Barton drops the ball. And 3 runs are going to score as the throw comes home, not in time. Wind took that one toward Barton. Barton got the glove on it, couldn't bring it down. And that error will allow 3 runs to come in and make it an 11-6 game.
Number 12, Dustin Lewis.
So everybody running with 2 down. The ball is hit out in the left center field. Looked like Barrett had a beat on it, but that wind kept blowing it towards Barton, and Jimmy got over there. Had the ball in his glove, but could not bring it in. And 3 runs score here for the Bears. First pitch coming in to Lures is ball 1. runner at second, that's Wilbanks. 11-6 our score. The pitch, there's a line drive into center. Coming in and playing on a hop is Barrett. Runner going to try and score. Boy, the Tigers are really slow in getting this one home. They had a chance to get him, and they allowed that run to score. Barrett did not get the ball in quickly to Richter, and Richter did not get the ball home quickly to home. And Lures ends up with an RBI single. And Wilbanks comes in to score to make it 11-7. That was not good defense, Tigers. Barrett came in, got that ball on the hop, got it in to Richter slowly. And then Richter did not seem to know where to go with the ball, wasn't being told anything by his teammates. When he did finally throw it home, it was too late as Wilbanks came around to score. Looks like Barrett's going to come in and replace Connell now, as it's 11-7 ball game. A base hit RBI single by Lures after the fly ball left center. Barton got over there, had a long way to go, got the ball, and then dropped it as he continued to run and allowed 3 runs to score. So Barrett will warm up. Connell will go to shortstop. Richter will find his way to, well, I'm not sure what they're going to do with him. We'll have to see what Coach Edwards does here. We do know Stevens will stay at second. I'm pretty sure of that, but maybe not. We'll just wait until everybody's ready to go. So Barrett will come in here as Connell goes 2 2/3 innings. He gives up a total of 5 hits in this game. He's responsible for the runner at second base. He did walk 2, hit 1. Did have 5 strikeouts in the game. So Barrett will take over.
The pitch number 20, Corbin Barrett.
So Richter now goes to second base. I think Stevens might be at third now. So Barrett in, Barton out in center field now. So here in the top of the third, some changes being made. Pitch comes in, strike on the inside corner to Jace Rogers. He is the 8th man to bat in the inning. 4 runs in for the Bears. 11-7 our score. Next pitch from Barrett. Coming home inside, 1-1. Connell here in the top of the third goes to shortstop. Richter to second base. The pitch popped up, and that ball might come back in. It is coming back in. Nobody's going to get it. Unbelievable. Again, another pop fly that blew back in. That ball's going to go out of play, but the wind brought it back in, and Hayden Sanders couldn't get to it, and Barrett, who's an outfielder, couldn't get in and get to it. Wasn't hit that high, but again, another pop fly that falls harmlessly on the infield. No error on that, as no one could get to it. And the 1-2 from Barrett coming in. A curveball high, and it's 2-2. Two down, runner at second. 11-7 our score. Salem on top. The pitch coming home. And a little looping line drive in the left center. That's going to fall. No, Connell gets out there and makes a heck of a catch over the shoulder to retire Jace Rogers. That was a heck of a catch by Garrett Connell. That ball getting a little bit blown out there. Saw Garrett stay with it. He caught it, and that retires the side. But those pesky Bears score 4 times. They do so on 3 hits. There was an error, and there was one man left. We have now played 2.5. We go to the bottom of the third inning. The Salem Tigers on top, 11-7. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
With all the options in car loans, you almost need navigation to see you through. At our credit union, let us steer you through and get a great rate. You're on the right road because we're member-owned and not-for-profit. We belong to you.
Riverways Federal Credit Union. Positively different. Online at riverwaysfcu.org. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Colin Haven stepping in to lead off the third inning. The Tigers have scored 6 in the first, 5 in the second. And you're thinking, wow, they're blowing this one away. But they lead 11-7. And there's a long fly ball in the left field. That will not be caught, and that's going to go to the fence. Haven will get to second base with a leadoff double. On a high fly ball, a little bit of wind blowing there, but the left fielder, Frigga, playing in, was not going to catch that one. We mentioned how shallow they've been playing. And this time, Colin got one up in that wind, and Frigga had to run back to it. So a leadoff double is standing in for the Tigers. Bronson Crocker. And the ball gets away on that pitch, and down to third base goes Colin Haven on the wild pitch. Crocker, I believe, is in left field now. And now he hits one right back to Rothermich, who throws him out. So Crocker, 1-3 on that put out, could not advance Haven to get him home. And Sanders will stand in. 11-7 our score. Bears with 3 in the second, 4 in the third. Salem with 6 in the first, 5 in the second. Sanders has doubled into, walked, and drove in a run, and has scored twice. From the stretch, Rothermich brings it in. That's outside, 1-1. Hayden's double out in the right center field. Past Rothermich, who tried to cut it off, or thought maybe he could and couldn't, and the ball scooted past him. The pitch outside, just missed the corner. Like a little tailing action on that off-speed pitch by Rothermich. 2-1. Pitch to Sanders, swing and a miss. Had one up in the zone to hit. Hayden missed it. 2-2. Straight away for this hitter on the infield, but playing on the pull a lot in the outfield. Giving him the right field line. The pitch high and outside. 3-2. Well, if Hayden hits a hard grounder on the first base line, he's going to run for a while. There's nobody out there. The 3-2 pitch, low ball 4. Sanders draws his second walk of the game, and Roy Stevens, who's 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs, will stand in.
Number 7, Roy Stevens.
Sanders will check out. Hanger will come in to run for him.
And to run number 5, Brendan Hanger.
So Hayden with a double, 2 walks in this game. Hanger scored twice, running for him. And Stevens, who doubled out in the left field, almost got one out of here. It wasn't too far from getting out of here. Runner going, and down to second base easy is Hanger. And he also singled in the left field right down the line. Roy waits. Rothermich with runners at second and third, 1 out. The pitch. Swinging a high fly ball in the center. Going back. Wynn still taking it. Going back. Making the catch is Colvin. And the run's going to score. Stevens did his job, and he has 4 RBIs on the game. On a sacrifice fly to dead center. And Haven comes home to score. So Martin will stand in. Runner at second base. That is Hanger. 12-7, Salem on top. Martin flew out sharply to center and also walked. And he swings at one right at his helmet high. Truly up in his eyes. 0-1. The pitch, low and outside by Rothermich. Traver now scoots behind the bag at third as Martin hits this one in left center field. That might gap him, and it's a base hit, and it goes past the center fielder. Run's going to score. Martin into second base with a double. Line drive into center field. Colvin got a good jump on it, but a little bit of tailing action with that wind out there, and the ball got past him, and that allowed Hanger to score easily to make it 13-7. RBI for Wyatt. And to the top of the order we go. And Corbin Barrett. Frigga out in left field was trying to cut it off as well, but he couldn't get there. And again, they play Barrett to hit the left field. They give him all the right field line. Turn down that line and pull one, and he's going to run. Right fielder Lures is way out in right center, about 30 feet to the left of the scoreboard, facing the scoreboard. That's a long way off. Pitch is low, 2-0. So they kind of bunch Barrett toward right center field. That's kind of crazy. But that's what they're doing. Pitch in for a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Corbin Barrett, he has walked twice. He has singled. He's 1 for 1. Pitch to him is way outside. Nice stop there by Kohler, reaching out there to keep Martin at second base. Waiting on a 3-1 count. Corbin Barrett, the pitch. That's a strike. Outside edge. Rothermich looks in. A sign from Kohler. He's ready. Martin at second, the pitch. Up and in. That's a ball 4. And that's another walk. His third of the game for Barrett. Barrett with a base hit and 2 RBIs in this game. And now going to have a man run for Martin. Well, I don't have that number. Or do I? I don't have that number. You have that number? I don't have that number either. Well, somebody's running for him. The pitch comes in, a chopper up the middle by Richter, knocked down by the second baseman, and safe at second base. As Rogers tried to, Rogers tried to reach for it while his foot was on the base, and the Tigers' Barrett got down there ahead of him. It'll be an error on the second baseman, Rutledge, as he botched that ball, and the bases are loaded for Garrett Connell. Rutledge trying to come up the middle with it, got the ball, knocked it down, pushed it towards second, but to no avail. Rogers couldn't reach for it and stay on the bag and get Barrett, who was racing down to that bag before the out. The 0-1 to Connell. That's high, 1-1. Garrett stands in from the right side. He's got some pop. Pitch from Rothermich. Down low in the dirt. Bases are loaded. 2 runs already in this third inning. That's a lot of numbers on that scoreboard out there. And the pitch coming to Connell, way high and outside. 3-1. Garrett has been hit twice and has walked. He has not officially been to the plate yet in this game. And the 3-1 coming to Garrett. Swing and a miss. Had a good cut. Trying to maybe give that ball an extra little out there, but full count now, 3-2. Runner should be going. The pitch, it hit him. It actually hit him again. Connell hit again by the pitch, and he'll drive in a run with that hit by pitch. He got hit on the foot. And now it's 14-7. The bases are still loaded for Jimmy Barton. And the Tigers, if you can imagine, have batted around again in this game.
Number 25, Jimmy Barton.
11 men in the first inning, 11 men in the second. Barton is the ninth to bat here. Bases loaded, the pitch. High, ball one. Friga went a third of an inning, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 4 walks, a strikeout, and a hit batsman. That was the first pitcher. Next one, ground ball foul. The second pitcher was Jace Rogers. He went 1 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks. He did not strike out anybody and had to hit batsman. And now Rothermich with a 1-1 count. The pitch to Rogers. High pop-up on the infield. Who wants it? And it barely caught there by Rogan Traver. Barton pops out to end the inning, but the Tigers score 3 times. They do so on 2 hits. There was an error, and there was 3 men left. Tigers have stranded 8. They've scored 14 times and have a total of 8 hits in the game. They lead at 14-7. We'll come back in a minute. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Spring deals are going on now at K&H All Supply in Salem, where you'll find Lucas Oil Stabilizer for $12.99. Get a body glove seat cover for $29.99, and buy one, get one free of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City Auto Parts store in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
Looking for a local place to buy fresh herbs for your tea? Stop by Magic Herbs in Salem at 109 West 4th Street, where you'll find a variety of jewelry, t-shirts, and candles. Ask about the membership club that gets you free entry into daily events and the ability to buy food from their kitchen. Club members can enjoy free Wi-Fi and coffee too. Call for all the details at 573-453-2221. Magic Herbs is open 7 days a week in downtown Salem. Corbin Barrett stands in. Salem coming into this game 3-4. Willow 1-3 coming in the game. Salem has scored 2 touchdowns and got the extra point. Willow has a touchdown and the extra point. 14-7. Kind of weird. Who'd they beat? 11-0. Okay. But the Bears have lost their last 3 in a row. Tigers are trying to send them to their 4th loss in a row and try and get back to 500. So Rogan Traver will stand in. He has struck out and he has grounded out to 3rd. And he's facing Corbin Baird for the first time. The pitch to him and a swing and a miss. Barrett took over back in the 3rd inning. All 7 runs, by the way, charged to Connell. All of them, by the way, are unearned. Wow. 14-7 our score. 1-1 pitch to Traver. Foul backing out of play. Barrett working from the full windup. Brings it home. A curveball on the line drive. It's fair. Nice play by Stevens. The throw across is not going to be in time as Traver hit that ball right down the line. Stevens did all he could, but Traver beat it out for an infield single. Ball was right down the line over the bag. Stevens fielded on a short hop and got the ball over as quickly as he could, but Traver beat it out. So leadoff single by the Bears, and here we go again. For the Bears, that is their 6th hit. Salem has 8. Pitch, a swing and a miss by Gabe Colvin. He singled his last time up and scored a run. Gabe single down the line, right down the bag. We got a lot of them right down the third base line today. Pitch, it's just a little bit low by Corbin Barrett. Caleb Cochran on deck has a couple of hits. He's ready to go next. Runner first, nobody out. The pitch, swing and a miss. Good tailing fastball away from Colvin. Tigers straightaway, infield and outfield. Working from the stretch, Barrett looks in, checks, and brings it. Curveball, he struck him out, jammed him. Colvin down on strikes for Barrett, his first strikeout.
Number 19, Caleb Cochran.
And Caleb Cochran will stand in. Cochran with a pop fly down the first base line that fell, and he singled in the hole. And there's a line drive in the left center. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to go all the way to the fence, and a run's going to score. Cochran on his way to second base, and the throw coming home by Connell. It's high and off the glove of Sanders. The runner makes it 14-8, a throw down to third way late by Sanders. So Cochran with an RBI double as Traver comes home to score to make it 14-8, and then the throwing error by Connell coming in allows the runner to go to third base, and that's an E6. Another number on that board, 14-8, a one-out double. That ball was up, and Cochran ripped that ball in the left center field all the way to the fence. And Frigga stands in. Runner at third, only one out. Pitch from Barrett. Fastball just missed inside. Hope you're enjoying the Cardinal game on KSMO AM and FM. They have a 5-0 lead as we're bringing you Tiger baseball on the KSMO stream side. This one has been an adventure. 14-8, Salem on top. 14 runs, 8 hits for Salem. 8 runs, 7 hits for Willow. Pitch from Barrett coming home. That's a strike on the inside corner as the wind was gusting right there. You can see the sleeves of the hitter just blowing. Frigga's reached on air and flown out to right. Wind really gusting now out to left center field. The 1-2 curveball, strike 3 call. A dandy curve by Corbin Barrett. That ball started up in the eyes of Frigga and then came down right across the inside corner. And Ryan Kohler will stand in. He's walked twice, scored twice. Runner at third base. That was a big pitch by Barrett to keep that runner at third. Kohler, right-handed batter. Facing the lefty, Corbin Barrett. Here comes. Fastball, strike on the outside corner. Wow, Corbin just absolutely froze Frigga. And that ball just caught the backside of the plate. Man, that's a good pitch. 0-1 pitch coming home. That curveball just a little low. 1-1. We are in the top of the fourth inning. 14-8, Salem on top. Probably not the cleanest played ball game we've seen this year. and probably not done seeing some stuff yet today. Ground ball for the first base side, but foul, as he was trying to push it past Wyatt Martin at first base. Good idea by Kohler. Tigers traded. Richter goes down and gets that ball in foul territory. So getting back in with a 1-2 count is Ryan Kohler. The Tigers will have Haven, Crocker, and Sanders up in the fourth inning. The pitch, curve low, 2-2. Barrett going down out there. Kohler asked for time to get set. Now he is ready. 2-2 the count, 2 down. Man at third base, Caleb Cochran. The pitch coming home. That curve is high, and it's 3-2. Well, he's gotten 2 strikeouts in this inning on curveballs. He's not been able to get one in the sweet zone for Ryan Kohler, who has walked twice. Kohler waits, and the 3-2 pitch comes home. Swing and a miss. He struck out the side. 3 strikeouts for Corbin Barrett, and the Bears do get a run. They do so on 2 hits, 1 error, and there was 1 man left. We have now played 3.5. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning with the Salem Tigers leading this one 14-8. We'll come back in a minute. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, I'm Susie Cahill, Director of Healthy Dent County Fitness Center. Are you looking for a place to begin your journey to better health? Come inside. Never in my life have I been in another atmosphere where everyone was so friendly and eager to help others. It's not just the staff, it's the members. They are so passionate about what they do and so excited to help you. If you're ready to begin your journey to better health, come by and see us.
A nice game, and they're right here at Salem High School Baseball Field Complex. We do want to remind you Monday afternoon, we'll be right back here facing the Thayer Bobcats, another SCA game. Salem Tigers and Thayer, Monday 4:30 here at the the Salem High School Baseball Field Complex, the home of the SCA Tigers. And we hope you come on out and enjoy the game. Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer. It's supposed to be about 72 or so. Maybe not as breezy. This is crazy. We had lots of wind. We've had lots of hits. We have lots of walks. We've had hit batsmen, 3 of them on the Salem side, all 3 Garrett Connell, and 1 on the Willow Springs side. So there you go, 4 hit batsmen in this game. Total of 8 hits for the Salem Tigers and 7 for the Bears. Salem Tigers have been given, well, let's see, how many walks have they been given? And it looks like they've been given 9 walks in this game. Pitch comes to Haven, who doubled his last time up. He swings and misses. Collin drilled one out in the left center field. He also singled in a run. Collin hits this one in the left field down the line. That ball's well hit. It's going to go to the fence. He'll get another double as Frege gets it back in. Way too late, and Collin turned on that one, ripped it down the line. His second double of the game. Rothermich laid one in, and I'm telling you, Collin turned on that ball, ripped it. That ball never got 9 feet off the ground. It was smoked. So Crocker stands in. Crocker takes one outside, ball 1. Brownson came in back in that 3rd inning. when Corbin Barrett came in to pitch. He went to left field. The 1-0 in the dirt. Kohler knocks that one down, keeps Haven at second base. Still intermittent clouds. Every now and then we'll see a peak of sunshine, but it is still very windy. Pitch in the dirt, goes off the foot of Kohler. Down to third base goes Haven on the wild pitch. That ball hit the dirt, hit the toe of Kohler, and I think that slowed him down a bit to get out there and get the ball, and down to third base. Haven without a play. 3-0 to count to Crocker. The pitch, high ball 4. Make that 10 walks the Tigers have gotten in this game. We're in the 4th inning, and on my score sheet, we're already into the 6th. But nope. Tigers batted around 11 in the first inning, 11 in the second inning, 9 in the third. 6 runs in the first inning, 5 in the second, 3 in the third. Rothermich looks at the runner first and the third. The pitch comes home and a swing and a miss to Hayden Sanders. A ball up high. Hayden has doubled. Drove in 2, walked, drove in a run, also walked. And there's one up the middle. Got a lot of spin on it, knocked down, out at second base to throw to first base, not in time. The run scores. And another RBI for Hayden Sanders. He hit that ball with a lot of topspin on it. It was knocked down by Rutledge. He got it to Rogers for the force out of Crocker. But Haven comes in to score to make it 15-8. And Sanders at first base. Fielder's choice. Play goes 4-6. It's going to be fun trying to talk about this one after the game. Lots of different things happening. The 1-out pitch, coming in, a little pop fly in the left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Stevens, 3 for 4 today and had a sacrifice, actually 3 for 3 with a sacrifice fly, 2 base hits, and a double. And Hanger's going to come in and run for Sanders. I was kind of wondering why that didn't happen. Coach Forrest coming out to talk to Rothermich. He's going to run out of pitchers. That ball was not hit extremely hard by Roy, but he got contact and drove it in the left. And, of course, Frigga now, after getting burned a couple of times, has scooted back. And now the right fielder, Dustin Lures, is going to come in. Boy, my score sheet is a mess. So we'll see what happens here as Dustin Lures will come in to pitch. Probably should ask him if he can. See if he just changes that glove or they're going to have somebody else pitch. So Rothermich will go back out, I'm sure, to center. And then either Frigga or Colvin will move to right. So Lures comes in to pitch here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the right-hander will come in. So Rothermich here in the bottom of the 4th will go back into the outfield. And we'll see when they separate out there where they do go. So a run in, a double by Haven, a walk to Crocker. Fielder's choice by Sanders drove in the run to make it 15-8. And then Roy Stevens singles in the left. Brendan Hanger comes in to run for Sanders at second base. So it's 1st and 2nd and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 15-8 lead. A home run here. Nick, we can go home. Tigers 3 runs away from a 10-run inning. Well, I'd have to go pitch the 5th inning, though. So it's tough to do that. So Rothermich in center as Colvin here in the bottom of the 4th goes back to left field. Frigga, who now plays his 4th position of the game, is now in right. He's going to be confused at the end of the day. 15-8, Salem on top.
Into pitch number 12, Dustin Lures. Into run number 5, Brendan Hanger.
So I think we have that again. So Colvin now back in left field, Frigga in right field, Rothermich back in center, and Lures now on the hill. Rutledge still at second, Rogers at short, Traver at a third, and at first base it has always been Caleb Cochran. Kohler doing the catching, and now Lures on the hill. 1-0 pitch coming to Martin. Runners at first and second. One down, the pitch to Wyatt. Here it comes. Swinging a line drive over the head of the third baseman. That's a base hit. And they're going to wave in the runner to score. Here he comes. A throw home. Not in time. Through the third. Not in time. As it goes into left field. But the runners cannot advance. Colvin threw home. It was high. Kohler got it as a good play by Hanger to go underneath the jumping catcher to make it 16-8. Stevens goes to third base. Martin down to second on the throw. A single, an RBI single for Wyatt Martin, as Coach Edwards was aggressive in sending the runner home. 16-8, Salem Tigers, as that ball just off the end of the bat eluded Traver down to third base and then hit that lip out there and spun out in left field. Barrett stands in. Barrett has a 1-for-1 day with 2 RBI. The pitch up and in for a strike. Just underneath the hands of Corbin Barrett, but over the edge of the strike zone as Corbin is up on top of that plate. Dustin Lures brings it outside. So Lures comes in for Rothermich with one down here in the fourth inning. The pitch to Barrett, a chopper toward the mound. Up the middle, Rogers gets it, bobbles it, can't make the play. It'll be an error and an RBI as Barrett will reach on the E6, but the run scores as Stevens came across the plate. Martin went to third, his third RBI, and he reaches on the air. And it's first and third, 17-8. As Richter will stand in. Pitch coming from Lures, low and away, goes by the catcher. Wyatt Martin's going to try and score, and Lures didn't cover home plate. He comes home on a wild pitch as Kohler went back to throw it to him, and Lures was politely watching the game go by from the pitching mound. So the wild pitch brings in that run. This is a really scratched up kind of mess on this scorebook, I'll tell you. And the Tigers do have that 10-run lead. Richter lines one foul down the third base side. Tigers with 3 more hits in this inning. Now with 11 on the game. They have 18 runs. As Lures brings it home, outside and high. So the Bears have committed an error in every inning but one. And they have been costly errors. Of course, the Tigers also with some costly errors of their own. The pitch, outside and low. Error in the second inning for the Bears allowed 3 runs to score, and error in the third inning allowed 4 runs to score. Lures checks, brings it. Had hit him. Richter hit by the pitch. He'll go down to first base. He'll be first and second, still just 1 out.
Number 15, Garrett Connell.
Connell has not been to the plate yet. He has been hit by a pitch 3 times. Lures checks the runners, brings it home, and almost got hit for the 4th time. That ball went right behind him, back to the backstop. Let's have a target on him or something. Wow. Bottom of the order, doing a lot of run scoring here in this game. That's for sure. The 1-0 pitch to Connell. A little bit low and outside, 2-0. Barrett at third base. Richter at second. Just one out for Garrett Connell. 18-8 our score. The pitch comes home. That's high, ball 3. Tigers have been given all kinds of opportunities here. 4 hit by pitch. 10 walks. The pitch inside, ball 4, make it 11. So again, Connell, who has not been to the plate, will walk to first base, and Jimmy Barton will stand in.
Number 25, Jimmy Barton.
And if you can imagine, the Tigers have batted around again. And there's still only 1 out. 4 runs in, bases loaded. The pitch from Lures. Line drive into center field. Rothermich came in and makes a good catch reaching up, but a run will score on a sacrifice fly as Barton ripped that one to center. Rothermich came in and almost cost him as Barrett tags and comes home to make it 19-8. Richter tagged, went to third. Connell stayed where he was. And now we go to Colin Haven again. He's batting for the 5th time in this game. Haven with 3 hits. Haven with 3 hits. Martin with a couple of hits. Stevens, he has 3 hits. A lot of hitting up and down, especially in the lower part of the lineup. The ball nicks the hitter, Haven. He's hit by a pitch. That's the second for Lures.
Number 4, Bronson Crocker.
5 now. For the Bears in this game. 3 of them, Garrett Connell. 1, Trevathan Richter. And now 1, Colin Haven. Pitch comes home. Ground ball. Chopped toward third. Traven has it. Steps on the bag, and that retires the side. So Crocker hits a 1-hopper. 5 unassisted to retire the side, but the Tigers score 5 times. They do so on a total of 3 hits. There was an error, and there was 2 guys left. We have now played 4. 19-8, Salem on top. Back in a minute. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
Land is selling at an all-time high. Backed by almost 4 decades of experience, Big Iron Missouri agents Justin Hubbs and Gage Saulbeamer provide you with a seamless selling experience. They will get your property sold via listing or unreserved online auction. Big Iron Realty has the experience you deserve, proven results, with an enormous viewing audience of buyers, creating higher selling prices. Let's have a conversation. Call Justin Hubbs or Gage Saulbeamer today.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Lots of runs being scored here, there, everywhere. Taylor Rothermich will stand in. Just looking at the Cardinals score 9-0 over the Pirates in the bottom of the 8th inning. Well, if you're missing scoring there, you're not missing it here. 19-8 our score. Lots of stuff happening in this game as Corbin Baird goes out on the hill. Rothermich has been hit by a pitch and struck out. He gets back in from the right side. Rothermich waits. The pitch from Baird just missed outside on the corner. Standing back in, the small right-handed batter playing back in center field now. Takes that one outside again, and it's 3-0. Well, the Tigers have scored, and they've let the Bears come back and score in every inning since the first, when they went down 1-2-3. So things really got messed up there. Pitch from our left-handed pitcher, Corbin Baird, and it's low, ball 4. So Rothermich leads off with a walk. And no, we're not done yet. Wilbanks will stand in. Wilbanks struck out, reached on an error, a line drive in the left center field that Jimmy Barton got to and then dropped. Allowed 3 runs to score. That ball came back on Jimmy. He had it, took another step, and the ball came out of his glove for an error. Barrett checks the runner at first. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1 to count. Bears with 1 run last inning, but had 4 in the third and 3 in the second. They've got 8, but the Tigers have put multiple runs up in all 4 innings. The pitch, swing and a miss. Nice tailing fastball by Corbin Barrett. I'm not sure I've ever had a scorebook where every inning that went added another inning on. Because now we're going to go in the 8th inning for the 5th if we didn't get there. The pitch is low and knocked down by Sanders, 2-2. Maybe we won't get there. Maybe. Tigers have done a lot here. Corbin Barrett looks, checks, brings it home. It's in the dirt, ball 3. Well, last thing you want to be doing, obviously, would be to start walking a bunch of people. 3-2 the count to Wilbanks. Here it is. Line drive in a center field. Softly hit. It's going to fall for a base hit off the end of the bat. And it's first and second and nobody out for Dustin Lures. So Lures will stand in. Lures from the right side, first and second. Martin cheating in at first base, and a strike on the outside corner. The next pitch coming home. Trying to bunt. Nice bunt. Puts it right down the line. Nobody gets it. It'll be a base hit. Sanders and Barrett both didn't know what to do. Sanders went out to get it. Barrett, I believe, called him off. And then Corbin, being a left-hander, was going to have to turn and throw. No chance. And the bases are loaded. Nobody out for the top of the order. And Jace Rogers. Well, that's a single, but that's an error. That should have been Sanders' ball all the way. And Hayden didn't take control of that. But he's listening to Barrett, and he let it go. Pitch is low. So now the bases are loaded. A walk and off the end of the bat single and a bunt single that went about 8 feet. Tigers looking for 2 at short and second. In at first and third. Swing and a miss by Rogers, who is lined out to short, singled and grounded out to short. Tigers would give up a run for 2 outs. 1-1 to count. The pitch. Pop fly right side. Down the line, that ball's going to be fair, and it's caught there nicely by Richter. An infield fly. Still not see anybody call infield fly on that. So Richter made a heck of a catch getting over there. But no infield fly called that I could see. Neither umpire called it. It should be the base umpire that calls it. He did not. And so still bases loaded. Now 1 out for Rogan Traver. He has singled, struck out, grounded out. The pitch from Barrett. Low. Fastball down and in. For 19-8 to score. The pitch foul off to the side over the dugout. Barrett looks in to Sanders. A 1-1 count, 1 down. We are in the top of the 5th inning. Bases loaded. A ground ball towards short. Connell has it. Throw to second. Out to first base. Not in time. Run scores to make it 19-9. Traver reaches on the fielder's choice as Lures is forced out 6-4. Wilbanks goes to third base. It's 2 down. 19-9 our score for Gabe Colvin, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Colvin from the right side. Waits the pitch. Fastball outside. Back to the plate. Swing and a miss with a good fastball. 19-9. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Salem Tigers with the lead. Tigers game and Cardinal game may end around the same time. The pitch from Barrett. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. Runner does not try and score, but the runner from first does go to second on the wild pitch. 1-2 to count. Corbin Barrett trying to end this one. He gets back up on top of the hill. The 1-2 to Colvin. Here comes curveball and a swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Sanders gets it. Throws it over the head of Martin, and a run's going to score. Down to third base will go Traver, and it's now 19-10. Hayden Sanders, all he has to do is come up and fire it. Tries to loft it down there, and he throws it over the head of Wyatt Martin for an error, and allows another run to come in as Wilbanks scores. And over to third base goes Traver. Down to second base goes Colvin as he struck out, but then reaches on the air by Sanders. Tigers just will not make it easy on themselves. That was just a very careless error by Hayden Sanders. He did everything right. He got out of the baseline, went behind the runner, and was going to throw it down there and then just lofted it. Instead of firing a strike, left it way over the head of Martin. He had no chance to pull that down. So Caleb Cochran, who's 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored, will stand in. This has been a wild one. 19-10. Corbin Barrett still on the hill. Has to get out of this 5th inning. Runners at second and third. 2 out to pitch. Curveball high. Next one. Fastball outside. Barrett looks in to Sanders. Runners inching off their bags. The pitch. Foul straight back. Say this about the Salem Tigers. They've gotten all kinds of different ways on base. They've only struck out that I see one time, or 2 times in this game. 2-1 to count. Pitch to Cochran. Low, 3-1. Ryan Frigga on deck. 19-10, our score. The pitch. High fly ball in a deep left center field. Going over is Barton, and he makes the catch. Cochran made a bid for extra base hit, but flies out to center. Good jump on that ball by Jimmy Barton there, and he got over. But Willow Springs able to score 2 times. They do so on 2 hits. There was 1 huge error, and there were 2 men left. We make that, 1 error. There we go. Nope, 2 errors. No, 1 error. Back to the 1. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Salem Tigers up by 9. 19-10. We'll come back in 1 minute. The Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
Salem Memorial District Hospital believes that our community deserves the very best healthcare one could offer. We understand that all physicians need the highest quality images to thoroughly treat each situation. With you in mind, Salem Memorial District Hospital has brought these services home, and that includes our new state-of-the-art MRI. Don't waste your time and money driving long distances. Let us take care of you here at home. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
To the bottom of the 5th we go. Tigers will send up Hayden Sanders, Roy Stevens, and Wyatt Martin. Hayden has 4 RBIs in this game. He is 2 official times at plate. Has a double, 2 walks, reaching a fielder's choice, 4 RBIs. Stevens, 3 for 4 in the game, also has 4 RBIs. And Wyatt Martin is 2 for 3 in the game with 2 RBIs. So the bottom of the order driving in 10 runs in this game. So Sanders, he'll stand in. Right-handed batter. The sun is now out, by the way, and the clouds have thinned out, but it's still very windy. Pitch to Hayden Sanders. That's a little bit low. Ball 1 from Dustin Lures. Lures, the 4th Bear pitcher. Frigga went 1/3 of an inning. Rogers 1 1/3, and Rothermich 1 2/3. Lures went 2 outs in that 4th inning. Pitch coming home at 2-0. Swing and a miss on one. A little out of strike zone there. Hayden would like that one back. Straight away for Sanders. They do give him just a little bit out in right center. He doubled out that way earlier. That pitch low on the inside. 3-1. I give credit to the fans out there today in this breezy, cold day. They got their money's worth, and they didn't even have to pay. A 3-1 pitch. That's a strike. 3-2. But they have watched all this action. Some good, some not so good. Some nice hits, some not some nice so hits. The 3-2 pitch comes home, swinging a chop foul towards Coach Edwards down at third base. Dustin Lures on the hill, the 4th Bear pitcher. Barrett has gone 2 1/3 after Connell started, went 2 2/3. The pitch comes home, a little bit low, and a leadoff walk. That's the game-winning run right there here in the 5th inning. And Brendan Hanger will run for him, so Brendan will go down. Stevens 3 for 4. Single back in the first inning, down the line, drove in a run. Doubled in 2 more and got a base hit in the 4th and drove in another. And his sacrifice fly make that single run with that double that he drove in. There's a ground ball down the line, knocked down by Traver, but he's not going to find it. It'll be a 4th hit for Stevens in this game. Roy hit it hard down the line. Traver got the ball, glove on the ball, knocked it down, but he couldn't find it. And the winning run now goes to second for Wyatt Martin. Coach Edwards may want Wyatt to try and bunt, but what I've seen from some of the guys bunting in the past, I don't know about Wyatt, but they're not very good at it. Maybe Wyatt is. If he is, have him bunt. If he isn't, let him swing. The pitch, tries to bunt, does foul. Not a very good effort at that bunt. Tried to almost just like tap it down the third base line. Sacrifice bunt, you give yourself up. I don't think Wyatt wants to give away that bat. Now here comes Cochran for first base in. Traver comes halfway in because there might be a play at third. That's the winning run. That's the key run there. Pitch to Martin. A little bit outside. 1-1. Dustin Lures. Right-handed batter. Climbs back up on the hill. Checks Hanger at second. Checks Stevens at first. And a swing and a miss by Martin. Ball tailing away from him. 1-2. Now if you'd bunt with 2 strikes, that'd really shock him. But you got to keep it fair. The 1-2 pitch coming home. Just missed outside. 2-2. Martin digging in. He doubled in the left center, singled up the middle. The pitch. Low. 3-2. He's drawn a walk way back in the first inning and has flown out, hit the ball hard to center. Rothamich made a good play. The 3-2 pitch to Wyatt Martin from Lourdes. Here it is. That ball over his head for ball 4. And the bases are loaded. Nobody out for Corbin Barrett.
Number 20, Corbin Barrett.
And now there'll be 5 infielders here for Springs. They have to bring everybody in. Nobody out, bases loaded. Winning run at third base, that's Brendan Hanger. Barrett needs to just loft it out of the infield softly over the drawn-in infielder. All 5 infielders, as Colvin came in from left field, he's behind the pitcher up the middle. They're all on the grass, very tightly in. The pitch comes in, that's low ball 1. Well, you can't defense a walk. 2 walks in this inning. Stevens got an infield single after Traver really made a good play of getting his glove on the ball. He just couldn't find it. 1-0 the count. Barrett trying to win it here. Ball's inside for a strike on the inside corner. Barrett trying to win it here. 1-1 pitch. High. Ball 2. Well, a walk would win it. He's walked 3 times in this game. Got a base hit and reached on an error. The 2-1 from Lures to Barrett. Here it comes. Swing up the middle and through a base hit, and this game is over. Barrett singles between the drawn-in infield, and Hanger comes in to score, and the Tigers win it by a final score of 20-10 over the Willow Springs Bears. What a great, crazy game this was, but a big win by the Tigers. Barrett's RBI single, his 4th RBI of the game, and the Tigers win it here today. They even their record at 4-4. The Bears fall to 1-4. Salem 1-0 in the SCA. Bears 0-1. Well, we got a lot of stats to come back with the Riverways Federal Credit Union postgame show. I hope you got some time because this is going to take a while. When we return, we're going to come back, going to take a 3-minute break and come back and give you some of those stats and then take another break. The Riverways Federal Credit Union postgame show coming up right after this 3-minute break. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem or call 729-3001.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
When I meet a new loan customer, I try to drop everything that I was working on prior to them coming in my office and focus directly on what their needs are at the time, whether it be a new car, their first house. I focus directly on what they are telling me and what they are needing. And it doesn't matter if it's a small $1,000 loan or a $200,000 house. I try to treat every client the same.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Inman Insurance in Rolla and Salem if auto owners make sense for you.
Tigers win it 20-10 over the Willow Springs Bears in a wild and crazy one here. And, of course, if you're listening to KSMO AM and FM 1340 and 95.7, Cardinals win their game 9-0. And so a lot of runs being scored. Tyler O'Neill had 5 RBIs today. Good for him. And so, anyway, nonetheless, the Tigers get to win. The Cardinals get to win. Doubleheader win. You got to love that. Anyway, right here, though, let's go over this. It is the Riverways Federal Credit Union post-game show. And Garrett Connell started out this game just knocking them down 1-2-3 in the Bears' first inning. And that is the only half inning that runs were not scored in this contest. I know as crazy as that sounds, that's it. But that was the only one. The Tigers started out in their bottom of the first with a walk to Corbin Barrett. Trevathan Richter got a walk. Garrett Connell was hit by a pitch. Jimmy Barton hit a ball to second baseman that he booted. Couldn't get it in. A run did come in. He got an RBI to make it 1-0. Then Colin Haven struck out. So the bases were loaded with still only one out. Then Isaac Westerman drew a walk. He got the RBI on that. Hayden Sanders walked. He got the RBI. It was 3-0. Then Stevens got a single to drive in a run and make it 4-0. And then the Tigers got another walk to Martin, another walk to Barrett, which drove in a run. And the Martin walk also drove in a run, by the way, as well. So 6 runs scored in that first inning by the Tigers. Again, good job of getting that done. The Tigers really were very patient at the plate, and their starting pitcher, Ryan Frigga, just struggled mightily to get the ball over the plate. He got replaced after just 1/3 of an inning, giving up 6 runs, and 5 of those runs were earned, by the way, with that error involved in that play. That the run would not have been forced in. So there was a double play to end that inning, but the Tigers did score 6. So they led 6-0 after that first inning. In the second inning, Caleb Cochran hit a pop fly down the first base line, barely fair by about 1.5 feet, but neither the first baseman for the Salem Tigers, Wyatt Martin, or the second baseman at that time could get to it, and that was Roy Stevens. They both kind of looked at each other and let the ball fall between. It's a base hit, but it really started things on a downward slant. Then a ball hit right back to Garrett Connell. He turned to throw the ball to Richter playing shortstop. The ball hit the bag and deflected in the left field. So it's first and second, nobody out on that error. And then Ryan Kohler earned a walk. Taylor Rothermich was hit by a pitch. That made it 6-1. And after Wilbanks and Lewis struck out, a base hit by Rogers drove in 2, and that made it 6-3. Then in the second inning for the Salem Tigers, Garrett Connell, who led off, got hit by a pitch again. He stole second. Barton grounded out, and Connell went to third. Colin Haven got a base hit to drive him in, and that made it a 7-3 score at that time. Isaac Westerman batted again. He walked again. Wild pitch sent him and Colin Haven to second and third, and then Hayden Sanders doubled in those two, and that got those 3 runs back at that time and made it 9-3. Then Roy Stevens followed with a double of his own to drive in Sanders. That made it 10-3. And after a flyout by Wyatt Martin on a hard hit ball to center, Corbin Baird got a base hit, and then another base hit by Richter, and then a walk to Connell. And the bases again were loaded in that second inning as another run came in. And 2 more runs came in on that base hit by Richter. And Tigers had, at that time, an 11-3 lead. But don't count out the Bears. They came right back. Leadoff single by Colvin, a base hit by Cochran. Frigga flew out to right field, and Kohler earned another walk. Rothermich struck out, and then a fly ball out in the left center field that got blown away from Corbin Baird playing center field toward Jimmy Barton. Both went after the ball. Barton got to it, got the ball in his glove, took about 2 steps, and the ball came out for an error, and 3 runs scored to make it at that time an 11-6 game. The Tigers weren't done, man. And the third inning, and this is just, they batted around by 11. We'll tell you a little bit more about that here in just a minute, but they batted around again in that second inning. So to lead off the third inning, Colin Haven started it off with a double. Then it was Branson Crocker hitting it back to the pitcher, 1-3, and Haven went to third base. Then Hayden Sanders got a walk, stole a bag. And then a sacrifice fly by Roy Stevens brought in a run. A double by Martin brought in 2. And the Tigers were again on their way to scoring multiple runs. A walk to Barrett, an error on Traden Richter's hit up the middle to Rutledge at second base. He just couldn't get a handle on it. And when he did try and push it towards Rogers at second base, trying to get the force out, they couldn't get it. It was as Barrett beat the play there. Connell was hit by a pitch for the 3rd time in the game, and then a sac fly by Jimmy Barton, and then a double by Colin Haven brought in yet another run, and that made it at that time. Sacrifice fly brought in a run. Then Haven was hit by a pitch before the inning came to an end when Crocker grounded out to third unassisted. So Tigers scored 5 runs in that inning. Then in the 5th inning, or I should say in the 4th inning, a leadoff single by Rogan Traver. Colvin struck out. Cochran doubled him home, and that brought the Bears a little bit closer at that time, making the score at that time 14-8. The Tigers scored 5 more in that 4th inning, and it just got crazy and crazy and crazy. You start looking at the numbers here with the doubles hit for the Tigers. I counted 5 doubles in this game for Salem, and that's pretty impressive. And a total in the game of 13 hits for Salem Tigers in this contest. But scoring, if we go through that here in that inning, the walks and the doubles. That's when Haven got that double to lead things off. The walk, the fielder's choice by Sanders brought in a run. And then fielder's choice made it first and third. Stevens with a base hit brought in another run. Wyatt Martin with a base hit brought in a run. An error on the shortstop Rogers. And another hit by pitch, Trevathan Richter, a walk to Connell. And then we get another run in, driven in on a sacrifice fly. And then finally, in the 5th inning, with a score at 19-10, Tigers needed a run after the Bears scored 2 in the 5th on a leadoff walk to Rothermich. Wilbanks got a base hit by Lures, brought in a run. Then a pop out to the second baseman by Rogers, a fielder's choice the base hit by Lures loaded the bases. Fielder's choice by Traver brought in a run. Didn't have that one marked down there. There we go. And then Colvin reached on in the air after he struck out when Hayden Sanders threw the ball over the head of Wyatt Martin and allowed the game to continue. It went on into the bottom of the 5th inning, as that would have been a 10-run rule, as the Bears got 2 runs in the 5th inning. But the Tigers got a leadoff walk to Sanders, a base hit by Stevens, knocked down by Traver on a good play, a walk to Martin, and a base hit by Corbin Baird to win it 20-10 in this wild and crazy game here today at Salem. Tigers go to 4-4 in the year, 1-4 for the Bears. Salem 1-0 in the SCA, Bears 0-1. We'll go through some other stats when we return in 2 minutes. This is Tiger Baseball on KSMO Media.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Call Joe Brand in Salem at 729-3831.
Relationships. It's not just being on a first-name basis. It's a partnership built on trust. This is Scott Ball, president of the Bank of Salem. Since 1883, the Bank of Salem has been serving our local community with the kind of personal service and professionalism that builds relationships. We've earned the trust of our customers with over a century of strength and stability, never once changing our name or compromising customer service. Stop by one of our 2 locations in Salem. Visit our website. The Bank of Salem, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
As we welcome you back, Salem High School Baseball Field Complex. Salem wins it 20-10. They get 13 hits in this game. Let's give you the pitching stats in this one, some other stats. Frigga, 1/3 of an inning, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 4 walks, 1 strikeout. He hit a man. Dan Rogers came in. Jace threw 1 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts, 1 hit batsman. Then it was Taylor Rothermich coming in for 1 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, 4 walks, 1 strikeout. He hit a man. And then it was Dustin Lures pitching 2/3 of an innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 of them earned, 3 walks, 2 hit batsmen. For the Tigers, it was Garrett Connell, 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 7 runs, none of them earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 1 hit by pitch. Barrett, 2 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. In the game for Willow Springs, Jace Rogers 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Rogan Traver with 1 for 3 and an RBI. Gabe Colvin 1 for 3. 3 for 4 for Caleb Cochran. He had an RBI in the game as well. Ryan Frigga 0 for 3 in the contest. Ryan Kohler 0 for 1. Taylor Rothermich 0 for 1 with an RBI. Braylon Wilbanks 1 for 3. And then Dustin Lewis 2 for 3 with an RBI in the game for the Bears. The Salem Tigers 2 for 3 for Corbin Barrett. He finished with 4 RBIs in the game. Trevathan Richter had a 1 for 3 game and scored did score a run in the game. Then Garrett Connell, he was 0 for 0. Never even went to the plate. Not one time. Was hit by a pitch 3 times, walked twice. He did score a couple of runs and did drive one in on a walk. Jimmy Barton 0 for 4 with a sacrifice fly. He did score a run, so he had an RBI in this contest. Colin Haven, he had 3 hits in the game out of 4 at-bats. He was hit by a pitch. He drove in a run as well, scored 3 times. It was Isaac Westerman. He was 0 for 2. He was 0 for 0, actually. Didn't even bat. He scored 2 times after walking twice. Bronson Crocker, he was 0 for 2 with a walk in that game as well. Hayden Sanders, Hayden had a good day today, walked 3 times. Every time his person came around, which was Brendan Hanger, they scored 5 times. Hayden got on base 5 times, once with a double, 3 walks, 1 fielder's choice, and his runner came around each and every time to score. Hayden had 4 RBIs in the game. Roy Stevens, 4 for 4, 4 RBIs in the game. Wyatt Martin, 2 RBIs, and a 2 for 3 game. Good job by the Tigers putting the ball in play today. They had just 2 strikeouts on the day as they win at 20-10 in this Riverways Federal Credit Union post-game show. And the Tigers will be back in action Monday when they host the Thayer Bobcats, another SCA contest here at the Salem High School baseball field complex. Now, next week, Tigers are scheduled to be at Cuba on Wednesday in a makeup game. The game on Thursday with Mountain View, remember, has been rescheduled for May the 2nd. So that game with Cuba on Wednesday would be their second game of the week, and that would be it as of right now, with the Easter holiday coming in with Good Friday next Friday. So that's when they stand. Salem 4-4 in the year, 1-0 in the SCA. They'll play Thayer 4:30 right here on KSMO Media, and also will be joining that game after Cardinal Baseball on KSMO Radio 1340 and FM 95.7. Well, long day here at the ballpark. Well, we hope you enjoyed it. 20-10, Salem Tigers win it. For Krista, for Ben, down doing the streaming part, for yours truly, Stan Stevens. Thanks for joining us on Tiger Baseball, bringing you the 20-10 win here from the Salem High School Baseball Field Complex on KSMO Media. Have yourselves a great evening. Good night from the high school baseball field.
Salem Tiger Sports on KSMO Media was brought to you by Salem Memorial District Hospital, K&H Auto Supply, Farm Bureau Insurance Willie Strader Agent, The Bank of Salem, Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, Town and Country Insurance, Tax Masters, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Healthy Dent County, Southtown Furniture, State Farm Insurance Cameron Irway Agent, Magic Herbs, Big Iron Realty, Inman Insurance, Progressive Ozark Bank, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties Incorporated, That Special Touch Florist and Gifts, Wilson's Mortuary, Riverways Federal Credit Union, Angry Bear Arms. And thank you for watching Salem Tiger Sports right here on KSMO Media.